Hello everyone, welcome back to my Teaching the Daily series. Today we have level 7, last time we had level 6, and it is focusing on intuition. So focusing on, instead of just purely mission counting and shooting, we want to be focusing on what would a spy do and what makes sense. Alright, so let's get started here. So we're starting off on balcony 2 of 3, and as I've said it once and I'll say it again, this is my least favorite setup. Things can kind of be coin flippy, and I don't always play it the correct way. So don't expect any great wins on here. I'm going to try my best to win and hopefully make this instructive, but balcony most of the time is often just kind of a hard one to win in general because you're just watching talks and the banana bread, and most of the time they have a full conversation banana bread, so it's just kind of difficult. And I'm honestly not too sure about like talk timings, so like I don't know if a white test BB from like Duke is going to take a certain amount of time or not. I haven't tested that yet. So I would like to remind everyone that while I have gotten pretty lucky with my games recently, there is always the chance that I go like 3 of 8, 2 of 8, and only win like a couple games, and because these spies are all pretty good. So that's why mainly I'll just be showing you my takes, and no matter what, it's just in one take. So if I do good, I do good. If I do bad, I do bad. And hopefully everything is still instructive. So hopefully I don't compromise on quality. So we have Nebula versus Sauerkraut, and they're in Nebula, very aggressive spy. I'm definitely going to be hopefully using it to my advantage. I'm assuming just before we even get into the game that it's going to be like some weird two green flirt game, MBB, or maybe some early bug. I don't know, but let's just get into it. Balcony, and hopefully I can explain what my thoughts are. My balcony strategy, just before we get into it, has been to kind of highlight talkers at 155 and 150 because I can easily memorize their second talk timing, which has led me to find some nice double green flirt talks. So, for example, the flirt cooldown is 45 seconds, while at 155 the timer is at 110, and then at 50 it's at 105 for their second talk. So, for example, their first talk would be at 155, flirt cooldown resets, so then it's at 110. And if you have a talk like at like 109, 108 from that person, it's pretty spy-like. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so
Banana
yeah,
bread.
so either general is obviously very obviously the spy, or I would say that Nebula tricked or Nebula tried to make it look like that General is the green spy, but I'm gonna say that General is probably not the spy just on intuition because why would a spy even contact with only 5 people in the conversation? Okay, task path looks fine there, and I'm still watching General's talk. Teal's pathing looks okay to me. Red just talked around like the 140 mark, I believe. Okay. Red dress, if she was flirting with Teal, did not finish that flirt. General still hasn't talked again. Red dress's path looks fine. General's talking again, so if it is a two-flirt game, I might lose here. So far, Irish, I would say I'm gonna unlike. I would say Irish is my biggest sus, and maybe Taft. We'll count the sip timing here though. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. He does move correctly. Okay, I'm gonna low light Taft because I think that path is really good. I don't like red dress. I think the spy might be red dress. I'm not sure at the moment. Okay, so it was just general. Yeah. To be honest, like this is why I feel like I hate balcony because I'll explain what happened there at the last few seconds. So, um, honestly, this shot kind of was like 50-50 to me, in all honesty. Because I was kind of ready to low light, green. I was ready to low light Irish and red dress there. So what happened at the end of this game was basically just sort of I see Teal hurry up and talking before like watch. So here's Teal's talk timing. Ready? She talks at the 15-second mark, and that could very well easily be her last flirt because She, for the most part, has been in the same spot the entire game. Like, if you just watch the entire game, Teal's in the exact same spot. Maybe moves one time, but that just resets the flirt cooldown. And she could have been flirting with Irish the entire game. So, um, yeah, just very hard. Now, I guess I would have just been only shooting here for her talk for general, I guess. Um, hmm. I'm noticing that I think I made a mistake because I don't think Teal could possibly even be finishing there. That was a very winnable. That was a very winnable get balcony game, but this general's BB timing was just way too weird. So I just didn't like it. I thought like he'd either be the spy or it was just some sort of like fake or whatever. But his talk timings didn't really make sense, which is why I kind of low lit him because his first talk was at like 153, which was the contact, but it could have been a talk into a green BB, so I still credit it as like the first flirt timing. But yeah, his flirt times just kind of like off in general. It didn't make really sense. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna low light general and then or like neutral light general. I don't think because I didn't really wasn't able to see much of his paths. Twin was out for BB, so he was low lit. Irish, I definitely was gonna low light at the end. Taft had a good path, so I low lit down to three. Red dress, teal in general. Red dress, I also kind of liked pass throughout the entire game and just didn't really seem like someone who was flirting really. So low light, and then I just didn't get to show it because I was watching, deciding for a shot between teal and general at the end. I didn't get to see General talk. Honestly, I might have been able to shoot if I saw General talk at that 9 second point. So I probably should have waited until the end of Teal's potential mission win countdown. But I just kind of screwed up. Yeah, balcony's a hard one. So I don't blame myself for that, and I don't blame anyone for losing because balcony is just a really hard venue. All right, so we have Turnip Boy versus Chef, our standard gallery, but maybe with a little bit less time and one less guest. So here we go. We got Puff and Scream, and Ambassador's in a great spot, and so we're going to take in the entire party here. I was still camping for Bug there. All right, we have Bling Twin with a potential Purloin, so it goes to Alice. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was a white fade, but we have it down to 2 now. So before we keep loading people, we want to watch Bling Twin. Okay, and Bling Twin doesn't do anything else. So now we kind of want to watch Alice. I'm 99% sure it's Alice, so I'm just like one bad path and she's just dead. But Bling Twin does have the first print, so you know it's kind of interesting still. But he has no flirt to my knowledge, and Sorry now is going to take the print from statues. There's a very long briefcase hold, and I like the bounce. I'm watching Bug. No Bug. All right, let's see Alice's path. Mm, see, that's weird because it looks good. But Twin, okay, see, this is why you don't just shoot right away because Twin actually kind of looks like the spy. So now we have to watch for this microfilm here. And he takes it out, so we still have to watch Blink Twin. Alice has no mission progress. Blink, but here's the thing: Blink Twin really isn't flirting unless he's flirting with Duke or Tex. If you want to watch Pug on gallery, go to this angle if you want to watch the painting pads, and there it is. This is what I'm about to say. So sometimes when you watch a bug, it's all about watching the correct timing, and this is sort of combining intuition with a bunch of analysis and practice. So from from like the past, I know that the best angle to guard bugs on these painting pads is if you slide all the way over here, because if you notice what I saw Alice's left hand fly out like that. You see how it disappears? I could have waited to show you the snapback, but that's all I needed to see. And notice how like I kind of went back and forth, but overall, I mean, to be honest, I mean it's a pretty easy game if you already have it down to 2 and there's only one mission. But We still held just in case like there was some complications. So I'm very happy with our hold there. I'm very happy that you know maybe in the beginning sniper would have saw Twin get that first briefcase and then boom, instantly shot. But you know sometimes just need to be patient and because all you have to do is realize that after the purloin, there's still seduce that we can watch for, contact, and then another mission. And we were on top of all the missions from the start. We knew there was no bugs because Ambassador spawned out at the front, and Ambassador had the briefcase until his first actual mission site location, which was at statues. And even then, Blink Twin still had the first one, but didn't have to worry about that too much. So, that was a pretty clean game. That was just basically about watching the purloin at the beginning and just staying aware of every single mission and not tunnel visioning on one person. Okay, so we get a chance to redeem ourselves. We have Nebula versus Sauerkraut on balcony yet again. Let's see if I can bring it back. I'm going to hope to maybe focus a little bit more to see if that'll change anything, but let's go. I'm going to watch for bug right off the rip. Unless text bug, there's no bugs. Rocker's the first talker, which immediately is not sus to me. And she talks next to Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Text about one. So I'm watching like flirt timings here, right? So text at 45 and 1 minute. And I kind of use this as sort of a benchmark for other people's flirts, right? So if text talks like right around the 1 minute mark, it's going to be a little suspicious to me. Same thing with Red Dress. She talks around like the 57-minute mark or 57-second mark. I don't think General's path in conversation here is that suspicious, so I'm almost ready to lowlight him. I think he's basically lowlightable.
Banana bread.
Yeah. Okay, no one's finishing still, so don't take a hasty shot. All right, now's the time to take a hasty shot because I think remember Tex talked during his timing, and there we go. We got the spy. So here's before I even look. Here's what I think. Oh wait, no, well never mind. It doesn't matter. Oh no, never mind. It doesn't matter. So here's what I was gonna say. Right off the bat, I already think that he got a green test because um, he talked right around the 1 minute mark, and this is what I've been saying when I snipe balcony is that I try to memorize like what time that they need for their second flirt. Tex hasn't moved, so 45 seconds. If you notice the 1 minute mark, right? Or he talked at 147, so around 102, 103. So look when he talked again, you know?
Banana bread.
So okay, it was a white BB, but he did still talk around the 102-minute mark, I believe, or at least he attempted to. Okay, he waited 10 seconds, but either way, it's still a very spy-like thing to try and talk within 10 to 20 seconds of the first flirt cooldown being done. So, I was still watching that, but yeah, it just seemed to me like a spy trying to get a 2 green flirt game, which he did, to be fair. But it seemed like a spy trying to get a 2 green flirt game, and at that point, it's already down to a 1 in 4 chance, and he already seems extremely spy-like just from his first talk and second talk alone. And so at that point, I just say screw it and shoot him. And sometimes on balcony, you're going to be wrong. It's going to happen, like in my first example. But we were luckily able to get some revenge on Nebula there, so we'll take that. All right, we have Ethan versus Hoffnung. Ethan is one of my good friends and common, comp matchup. He is really good. He has a really dynamic, fast spy, and typically, you don't want to miss any of that progress at the beginning. So if I was going into a comp game, I would probably be like preparing myself for that. But since this is a dailies, I just try to be general. So overall, same thing, same game plan. We're just gonna make sure we're watching everything and being aware of everything that's going on, and hopefully everything goes good. And let me just mute chat real quick. All right, there we go. Let's go. We have Nunu and Laugh, and White Dress is the only one with bug. Okay, no time ad. I was watching Queen for a time ad there. So general. Okay, Seek has a reject. So right now I'm just trying to make sure I'm on top of watching mission sites. Okay, I need to credit those 2 people with bug, and General has the very first print of the game. Disney was from the blue bookcase.
Banana bread.
I don't know what that was, but anyway. Oh, we could also low light general. So what happened was is that was a cough, and okay, well, I mean, yeah. Uh,
Banana bread.
sorry, I was just looking at what this low light was for. Um, okay, so what this cough was is it was the spy. Uh, they wanted a green test, and they wanted to immediately leave the conversation. However, it was a white test. They left conversation, and when you do that, it's a cough because you don't finish the animation. So you cough, and that is a very obvious hard tell for the sniper if they're looking at it. Okay, so I heard this, took the free lowlights off of it, and then heard
Banana
another
bread.
banana bread right after. So I got a bunch of free lowlights. I got like 5, 6 free lowlights. And let me explain why Ethan went to bug here. So Ethan went to bug here because Huff's laser is probably in disarray. So as you can see, let's go right here. Ethan sees that his laser. Well, okay, first of all, Ethan probably saw that he was low lit. So to be honest, I mean that's probably all it was. But so he sees the laser and sees that he's probably low lit. So he just takes a really aggressive bug, and he gets over here and he's probably like, okay, I'm not dead for that. So let me just push on the gas pedal a little bit. So I guarantee we probably do microfilm or maybe purloin if we want to be real aggressive. But yeah, microfilm would be my choice of mission. But okay, we ended up doing purloin, which also works out. Uh, a low light rejects, and a low light takes the list, and now we're mission win cooldown, and that's just the game. So yeah, so this is obviously a very easy daily challenge for me. But obviously I didn't low light the spy, so obviously that's gonna be an easy game. When the spy knows they're low lit, it makes the daily a lot easier if they're just gonna straight up do things because then it's just more obvious to someone like me who doesn't just low light for that. I think it was some path thing that maybe like a path or something that we low lit for. I'm not quite sure what the shot was or this low light was for, but yeah. So it looks like it was a very nice obvious bug. Like who would take this
Banana bread.
bug? But he only did this because he knows he's low lit. So not much really to comment on there. We just got a nice easy shot because of it. But you're gonna see that, so be really careful and make sure you're really taking correct low lights because if you don't take the correct low lights, then that's where things start going wrong. You see a purloin missing and you're like, I was on top of this the entire time. Then maybe you want to kind of start reconsidering your lights and be like, okay, maybe it is a low light. Because I've been burned many a times by low lighting for banana bread, and it turns out that they weren't even outside of conversation, and I lost because of it. So it happens all the time. Just make sure you're low lighting correctly and not being too aggressive with your low lights because this is just an example of what happens. I mean, he takes a very obvious bug, and you give him a nice, easy way out because he knows he's low lit. Okay, so we are halfway done. We are 3-1 right now, and our only loss is balcony, so doesn't count. So 4 of 8, our very standard balcony setup. Probably one of my most favorite setups to play on in the entire game. Maybe 15 guess is a little too low, so 16, 17 is where it's at. Chef versus turnip boy. So let's go. Bug is the first thing to watch for, always. So Alice. Oh, actually, I'm watching Taft. That's funny. I'm watching Taft, so hold on. I mean, maybe the spy could have bugged because I wasn't really aware of that. Oh well. Okay, Smallman. We'll think on that later. I'll talk about that later. Smallman rejects to seek. Okay, doesn't take. Watching bug here. Salmon with the first print. Don't forget to watch print. I'm not sure where Irish got her book from. Could have got it from Green, and I think that's where she did get it from, but we'll just hopefully keep watching for that. White Dress has a good reject. Smallman takes a pretty aggressive reject. Taft with a difficult print, I think. No purling has gone off yet. Sorry, I'm going quiet here. I was watching Bug. I really had to focus. Wheels could easily have a Bug credit, I think. So if Wheels goes to center inspect, I will be a little suspicious, but we'll hold off on that for now. Remember, there is still a print at the center books. Okay, Rocker, I really like her path. And she goes back to the correct convo. This is a dead case, by the way. Salmon rejects.
Banana bread.
I actually don't know about Taft, if he was in conversation or not. I don't... Okay, here's the thing. I don't know where... Yeah, I don't know where Irish got that book from, so the spy should be kind of completing anytime soon. So here's the intuition thing, is that if they don't, I don't feel like they really have that much progress. So I now have to kind of be aware and on top of things. I don't think that they should really be, you know, okay, well that's just a white test from Irish. Uh, I missed a bug. I'm assuming it was a reverse drive-by bug right about somewhere. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow, that was really interesting. The bug is really obvious. Let's see, what was my angle for this? Probably something like this if I had to guess. Okay, so let's look at it from my angle. Yeah, if I was watching Irish there, I would have been pretty suspicious, but I think it was so soon after the BB that I was pretty suspicious of it. Um, yeah, and Irish did in fact actually return the book correctly, but it might have been a better idea to return incorrectly, because it looks like the spy or the sniper really wasn't aware of anything. But it's kind of funny because I think right around the time, I think I said around like 1 minute that like using our intuition, like the spy really should be trying to do something pretty soon, and we need to be on our toes. And what does the spy do like 10 seconds later? White purloins. So that's good that we were watching on that and we were on top of that. We knew to look for something. My main thing I was looking for was that center inspect by Tex. I thought maybe he could have been swapping, but no person ever got called to the statue, so we were good there. Taft has no third mission. Salmon has no third mission. There's still a print on that middle bird statue on the left side, but no one else has even a fourth mission here. So yeah, I did miss a bug. I did miss a bug, unfortunately, but I don't even really have it credited to be completely honest. But if I see like a center inspect by Irish, maybe it'll make me rethink something. So I don't know. We'll say that we got lucky that game because we kind of did. Why me? All right. Of course I gotta snipe my own freaking game. I don't want to. I hate sniping against myself because I'm just like, oh, why? Um, all right, but me versus Scarney here, 19 guests. Just get this over with. Okay, Hydra Sheep. Could be an early swap by Salmon. Hydra Sheep, Nunu, and Puff. Let's watch Sorry slide. I don't know if that was really a slide or not. Oh! Oh, this is really cool. Okay, so let me explain the... Okay, I know who the spy is. Let me explain this because this is really freaking cool. It's Irish. Yeah, it's definitely Irish after watching that path. Oh my god, what am I doing? Um, let me guess. Green flirt. I tried to go
Banana
for.
bread.
Yeah, banana bread. Are we gonna? Am I gonna send here? Yeah, I sent to wheels, and I'm probably gonna go for this briefcase right here. Oh man, this is why I'm always so scared to snipe myself because I'm like, what stupid shenanigans did I do? Like, what stupidity did I do in this game? Well, it was still a pretty cool game. Okay, so let me explain what this shot was. So, I in my head, okay, I don't know why it's always on the replay sniper. I need my interactive sniper so I can control it. They're always zoomed in for whatever reason. So notice that Ambassador's taking a drink, which means that there is actually a print on the drink, and I specifically saw Rocker request. right? So he should be going over to Rocker because Irish wasn't even there. But I break etiquette and I demand a drink. I demand a demand is skipping everybody in line, so you're skipping all the other AI that are in line for the drink, and you take it for yourself, basically. So people, why is this necessary for spies in the first place? Well, to take prints, or to get out of bar quicker, or to if they're at the end of the game and they really just need to get a drink, for example, if there's 10 seconds left and they really want to delegate and one person's ahead of them, they really just need to hit demand, and Toby will go to them instead of picking the other person. So I demand a drink here, get the fingerprint. Uh, I'm assuming I did a really quick flirt walk away at the beginning of the game. Chances are. I guarantee you what I do here is I flirt, walk away to bar, take the print, go back to Wheels conversation, who also is in the DA conversation, banana bread, green flirt with Wheels again, so 2 flirts done, so seduce is done. Then I banana bread, that's 2 missions. Then I send the delegate off, that's going to be 3 missions when Perlane goes off. And then the last print is that the briefcase at the top left of the venue, and so that's our 4th mission. And so kind of a fun little rush here. So yeah, instant talk. Um, yeah, so we have a demanded drink. I just go into the Wheels double Asian conversation. So like I said, flirt, contact, delegate, and now I have the briefcase. And yep, that is just mission win completion right there. And putting all and here's the thing. This is why I've said this before that I think this is sort of after in my first iteration of my daily series. I forget where I said it, but sometimes people try to sort of behave too well in a spy game and they try to follow etiquette way too well, and it's just not worth it. So, of course, if I preach that model, well, I better freaking follow it, right? And so I break etiquette like probably 4 different times in that entire game. Let's just count all the times that I broke etiquette that if I noticed I could have shot for. I demanded at the bar. I instantly talked and walked away from Wheels at the beginning. That's 2 times. I'd honestly say that path was just egregious and was very obviously a spy path, and I would have highlighted the spy for that. So we'll say that that's a third path. That hurry up and delegate walk away from Wheels was just honestly really suspicious. So I'll say 4, and then I take the briefcase way too soon at the end of the game here. So, but the only reason I do that is because the shark's over there, so I could get away with it. But this is my whole example. So I have 4 minutes to play with on Aquarium, and then I use 1 minute. And this is why rushes are so powerful, and this is why sometimes it doesn't even pay to be follow your etiquette. Don't be, the golden child of Spy Party, because pacing will sometimes just give you games that you didn't even think you could win. Because I chose to make all these crazy decisions early on, I had the option to go for a nice rush, catch the sniper off guard, and that was just a game. That's 1 minute. That's basically just over a minute. But as a sniper, it's really easy to watch the stuff. So if you're playing a nice disciplined sniper, this plan should have just came together. So how do I find this? Well, I'm on top of fingerprints, and so that's kind of all it took. I found the demand based off of me being diligent about watching prints and being on top of everything else, and nothing else was suspicious. So, fun little spy game from me there. I wouldn't say that it was really that good of a game. It was kind of just, I'm sure this was some casual game, and I was just like, screw it, do everything and pray. And those are the most fun type of games to play. So now we have Grash and David, and we have 18 guests and 315. So as I mentioned earlier, a little bit more guests on Ballroom than 15 is a little bit more fun. So because there's more to watch. All right, let's go. We are 5-1, so we're 2 away. And so hopefully that balcony game doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. Otherwise, we would have had an 8 of 8 today. So let's go. Okay, no bug yet. We're still good. Okay, Duke's path I did not like. Red dress takes a purloin. And I'm going to highlight Duke because I don't know if he tried to bug or not. All right. I'm just watching bug here. I mean, I don't really care about anything else at the moment. I'm going to tunnel on bug. So we have HBB in the back. And I'm trying to watch for microfilm now. There should be someone picking up the briefcase pretty soon. And oddly enough, if you noticed, Duke actually kind of moved positions in the conversation. Irish rejects. Okay, Alice goes back to the same statue, which is not suspicious at all. And I'm still watching for time ads here from Buns and Wheels. Okay, Wheels could have a bug now. So I am going to highlight Wheels. Blink Twin. Rejects. It goes to center inspects, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. Okay, but no list is gone, so Blink Twin probably isn't finishing missions, but he could have had a bug, so I have to credit Blink Twin with a bug as well. He could have had a reverse drive-by bug. Duke hasn't moved, so I don't really think it's Duke. That looked like a flirt from Blink Twin, in all honesty. He could also be, like, swapping here, but he doesn't, so we're okay. I'm gonna watch. That felt a little slow. I think it's Blink Twin, to be honest. Okay, we're watching for this swap just in case. This is a crazy active party, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna lose. In all honesty, but it's okay.
Banana bread.
Okay. Well, all my top susses are just walking away. Queen. Irish rejected, so I want to watch Queen here. Instantly gone, so it's just Irish, I think. Yes, okay. Okay, that was a really stressful game, but that banana bread actually did me a lot of justice. Okay, so a lot of things are going through my mind when I
Banana.
hear the BB. First of all, I want to take a look at this bug, so we'll just wait. I saw Irish and Rocker at the blue bookcase, but I didn't really register it as suspicious in any way. So this is a pretty cool bug from Grash, because it's not expected. Like, you wouldn't expect this, right? If I'm watching Irish's bug here, I'm watching her other arm. So interestingly enough, if I'm watching Irish here, I'm noticing the fact that her arm doesn't even sway. And so I'm like, okay, Irish didn't bug there, and maybe I watched that, but we all know that I was not watching that. I was completely tunnel visioned on Twin, rightfully so because he could have had mission win. I don't know if he had a bug or not. So if he has flirt, bug, and inspect and swap, that's 4 missions, and I have to watch it. Now, you could argue with intuition that maybe, oh, like maybe he doesn't have flirt because he seems like he's just kind of really hasn't been doing anything. Now he's really active all of a sudden. And what spy is going to try and do all these missions if he knows he got the bug passed? So, touche. So, yeah, kind of bad sniper play by me for a little while in this game. I would say after Twin got low lit, it definitely peaked up. So let me explain my shot here, or let me just explain my train of thought here. So here's the thing: I hear BB,
Banana bread.
and what do I flick to? So I hear BB, and I instantly am like, okay, like I'm already taking in who I'm low lighting, but I noticed that Irish rejected a drink. That's interesting. So Irish rejected a drink, and a common play that spies like to do is they like to banana bread purloin. And the BB kind of hides the purloin because while the sniper's kind of busy low lighting people, the spy can take a purloin. And this is a really good idea, always. And if you notice, that's what Dave is kind of doing in this game. And another thing that kind of automatically made me think that Irish was a spy is that as the list is about to be taken by Queen, Irish, for whatever reason, walks into statues, and it's almost like it's the spy saying, hey, it's not me, don't pay attention to this. And so it was a much easier shot for me to take once I kind of thought that through, but yeah, this is just me catching the green purloin. And full disclaimer, I did have no idea of the chain before this. It's just that all these actions, it seemed like a VB Purloin, the walk away, and it was a green fade, so it wasn't Queen. All this kind of led me to just picking Irish. And I didn't even need a fourth mission. I just was like, yeah, it has to be Irish here. It's at the end of the game. I can take a shot pretty safely, knowing that the spy probably has some other mission in mind or has already done something. So yeah, I just took the shot there. I didn't want to really think on it too much. So there we go, 6-1, and it looks like kick us in the butt because balcony, or I mean veranda is typically a pretty easy venue. You should be winning on it, I would say 95 to 90 to 100% of the time as sniper, because things really can't go wrong on this venue unless like you have a really active party as the sniper. So this should be a 7-1. I'm hoping it's not, because then I wouldn't have gotten punished by that balcony shot. I have another uncommented video on my channel that is 7 out of 8, and it's purely just a loss to 50-50 on a balcony game, just like the other one. So, all right, we have Lagorov Janine versus Dells, and Veranda 415. The recent comp setups have been 445 because I think 415 is still a little bit too low. You need that extra 30 seconds, but all right, one more game. Let's go. So we have Scream, Scream. Okay, that's already a great start. I love to see it. Uh, Irish watch checks. Sorry with a purloin potentially. So we have Scream, Scream, Hydra, and Sheep. Duke takes a pretty long time there. Okay, Blink Twin and Rocker are at the back. Okay, Ambassador's going to red books. Okay, Rocker is returning correctly. You'll love to see it. Irish goes next to Rocker, maybe flirting, maybe not, I don't know. Looked like a slide, so I'm watching Bug here. Okay, yeah. I know it's the spy's white dress, so let me just unhighlight everything that I have highlighted here, just so you don't forget. But what Legorv wanted is he thought Ambassador was gonna go right next to him in conversation right here, and why that would have been good is that the bug would have kind of been concealed by the fact that Ambassador's going into that spot. But because Ambassador walked to
Banana
windows,
bread.
he instantly kind of had to take it back and instantly talk. So yeah. So let me replay that. And how do I find this shot? Well, I'm just diligent about watching Bug, so nothing more to the shot than that. And yeah, we had a red microfilm. I did see White Dress at red books at the beginning of the game, but there's no need to tunnel on somebody at books unless you see them already walking away with one. So yeah, I didn't really feel the need to sit there and tunnel on it. But if she went to another bookcase, I probably would have recalled the fact that she had been there. So her right arm. So Legorov wanted the ambassador to go right here because, he would have been squeezed in, and Legorov's arm while bugging would have been really hidden, and it would have been a really nice play. However, ambassador, this is what I saw right there. You see the arm extending and the instant stock from Legorov to try and cover that, which is the best you can do. And luckily, Dells didn't see it. Where was his? Yeah, he had a really bad angle for that. But so yeah, so ambassador went over here, and that was the number one mistake that Legore made, is that he really didn't see Ambassador coming into that conversation. He could have even, if he really wanted that nice bug, he could have even twitched in conversation, but he didn't end up doing that and just ended up not taking. But the sniper didn't see it, so that's good, and we already have a little bit of mission progress. So yeah, we got 7-1, almost got a perfect score on the level 7 daily. Unfortunately, messed up that very first balcony game, and it always sucks to mess up a balcony game, but it's okay, happens. Doesn't count. Uh, but yeah. So 7-1 or 7-1, and that's probably the best score that I've gotten on a level 7 commentated one so far. But let's see how Delves finishes, or let's see how Lagora finishes the game. So we're already like a minute and a half in, and we literally only have one flirt and one red microfilm. So you're gonna see Lagora step on the gas here. So he contacts, leaves. Okay, we go back to red. Okay, this has to just be a timeout unless we're gonna do some crazy stuff at the end. He couldn't get into the conversation with the seduction target, so now he has to go look for another mission to do. We did pick up a print somewhere in between me skipping around, so let's keep going. Okay, there we go. Nice bug. And we're gonna do our last microfilm here, I'm assuming. Oh, and we're actually gonna get a nice print. So I'm guessing it's gonna be print, microfilm, and seduce, which actually is gonna work out really, really well. We're in the perfect spot for it behind this conversation. So if you look at it from the sniper side, if unless they're at like this angle, which there's no reason to be because Purloin and Ambassador on this side, yeah, there's no way we're seeing this. So that's a free mission. And now all we have to do is go and finish our flirt. And that conversation did empty out from last time, so he will be able to fit inside of it if he goes around the window or just right over here. Also works. And yeah, mission win countdown for Lagorv. And that's a very nice way to finish the mission. See, this is sort of the intuition part that I'm mentioning, is that if I felt no mission in early game, I'm gonna start feeling the mission later on. So I need to be like really hyper aware of everything that's going on late game, just like I am at the beginning of the game, because that's where all the missions happen. If you have one mission and it's 1 minute left to go, well, where are those four missions going to come from? You need four missions in 1 minute, so it's going to be basically like a mini rush. Like you can see, even on the timeline, we have 50 seconds, 43 seconds, at 33 seconds. I mean, we did three missions in the span of like 20 seconds here, and then finished Seduce up all in the span of a minute. So we basically just rushed all of the stuff that we had on Veranda throughout the game right at the end. So it was also a really nicely played game and very well paced out. So we're like we didn't have to take too much suspicion. In reality, the only really like real mission that we really had our eye that they could have been watching was Bug. If you see that bug, that's just a shot. But otherwise, you'd have to be paying attention to microfilm, which we got a free one at the beginning of the game. And then Prince and the other green microfilm are pretty hard to catch. So nice game to Lagor for finish it up. And yeah, so this was a reverse choke, 7-1, but it's okay. This happens. It's just balcony, man. It's just balcony. But that is the level 7 for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Um, and see you guys next time. Have a good one.